Hare Hare Krishna. So welcome back to the Bhagavad Gita discussion on the third chapter. We have been discussing the Sarartha Varshani Tika of Srila Vishwanath Chakra Thakur and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Rasik Ranjana commentary. So in the last class, we were discussing especially section 3 and section 4. If you all remember the flow, Krishna is recommending, although buddhi can mean Gyan Yoga or Bhakti Yoga, which is transcendental to the three modes, Nirguna Bhakti, is better. When Arjuna hears about buddhi, Sita Pragya, Shanti, Shantasya Kutasakam, Nasti Buddhi Ruktasya, he is attracted to renounce this fighting. So although buddhi is such a lofty level of consciousness, then why are recommended to do this Ghora Karma? So Krishna recommends that, there are two types of Nishtha based on the Adhikar. And ultimately, there are no two paths. Actually, Nishkam Karma Yoga, within which there is Gyan, with the purification of the Antakaran, you will become Sthita Pragya. So Nishkama Karma Yoga leads to Gyan Yoga. So the goal of Nishkama Karma Yoga is what? The goal of Nishkama Karma Yoga is what? Let us see who will answer. What is the goal of Nishkama Karma Yoga? Who will answer this? What is the goal of Nishkama Karma Yoga? No one is. Last 3-4 classes, we have been repeatedly hammering this point. Dear Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah, 1 second, dear Krishna. Just hold. Yes, Harsharada Mataji.
It's Bhakti. Hare Krishna, it's Bhakti.
Mataji, can you perform karma, by performing karma yoga, can you attain bhakti? Can you attain bhakti by performing karma yoga? Can you answer that? Please don't type anything in the chat box. We can answer. What is the goal of Nishkama Karma Yoga? Because we all think we are practicing bhakti, everything bhakti, you say. But is bhakti, Harsharada Mataji?
Yes,
Bhakti, can we get bhakti by performing karma? By performing karma yoga or performing some yagyas, sacrifices, can we attain bhakti?
No, Prabhuji.
Then what is the goal of Nishkama Karma Yoga? Neeti Mataji had raised her hand. What is the goal of Nishkama Karma Yoga?
Prabhuji, I don't know whether I'm correct or not. Excuse me for that. Is it liberation or self-realization?
The goal of Nishkama Karma Yoga, again, there are two answers, liberation and self-realization. Yes, it is self-realization. But again, Nishkam Karma Yoga, by the process of Nishkam Karma Yoga, you cannot get liberation.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Keshavnath Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, is it Chitta Shuddhi, purification?
Yes, purification of the Antakaran. The purification of the Antakaran. Chitta Shuddhi. The buddhi, yada stasasi nishala samado achala buddhi. The buddhi is not at all agitated by any sense gratification. The yada te moha kalilam buddhi atir tarishyati. 2.52 in the Bhagavad Gita. So the antakaran is purified. Antakaran means the mind and the intelligence and the false ego. So yes, the antakaran gets purified, one becomes sthita pragya. Sthita pragya. Now, only when one is situated like this, then only that is the adhikar to practice Jnana Yoga. That is the adhikar, you have to come to this chitta shuddhi. Somebody who's of an impure heart, he cannot take up to Jnana Yoga. He has to take up to, either Karma Kand or Nishkam Karma Yoga. If he's worshipping the Lord with material desires, still he can do Karma Kanda. And then from Karma Kanda, he can come to Nishkam Karma Yoga. By Nishkam Karma Yoga, the goal of Nishkam Karma Yoga is purification of the Antakaran, Chitta Shuddhi. Now, once the Chitta Shuddh, then you have adhikar for what? Let us see. Adhikar to practice what? I've been every class, before I start the verse discussion, I've repeated all these concepts again and again so that if we are all practicing bhakti, we would have answered, because karma yoga is an inferior path and jnana yoga is also an inferior path. Bhakti yoga is superior to karma and jnana. So if we are all practicing bhakti, we should answer. Yes, Navneet Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Danvat. He has adhikar to practice Jnana Yoga.
Yes. And what is the goal of jnana yoga?
Liberation.
Yes,
Attainment of the Brahman.
liberation. Very good, liberation. So this is the goal of Jnana Yoga. So that is why Krishna is recommending Arjun to do work, and work, for yajna, for the purpose of yajna. He is gradually revealing, who is the supreme. Now yajna is, the term yajna is yajna by Vishnu. In the other Shruti verses, who is yajna? Yajna is Vishnu, or yajna Murti is Varadev, he's the supreme Lord. Then, if you're not qualified for Karma Yoga, then practice Karma Kanda. And from Karma Kanda, come to Nishkam Karma Yoga. And if you think you're qualified for Jnana Yoga, still practice Nishkam Karma Yoga to set an example. So with these verses, Yadyad Achariti Shreshtas, we mentioned, Karmane Vahi Samsiddhim Astita Janakadaya, 3.20, we saw. And Yadyad Achariti Shreshtas, So, who is Sthita Pragya, who is situated on Gyan, Yastu Atmarati Revasyat, Atma Triptasya Manava. These all qualities mention that he has no inclination to perform actions because Antakaran is pure, there are no desires. So in one sense, he has no material impetus because Antakaran is pure, in that sense. So, but still he performs Nishkama Karma Yoga to set up an example for the world. And then we have been seeing this section 25 to 29, Karma Yoga and Karma Kanda difference. So, the terms used is Vidwan and Avidwan. The Vidwan does also actions, but internally in his consciousness, he doesn't desire any results. And he's also doing actions. Whereas the Avidwan, he's also doing actions, but internally in his heart, he has desire for the results. So that's the difference between Sakta. He's Sakta and Asakta. So one difference we saw in verse number 30. One second. Oh. Yes, here. Sakta karmanni avidvam. Sakta means asakta. He's attached. He's avidvams. He is a karma kandi. Whereas, vidwan, he is what? For loka sangra he does. But he is asakta. Tata asakta. He is detached. But there is sakta. Sakta means attached. But why should do loka sangra? He does for loka sangra. Now, please remember here that this, I'm just drawing here just to make the point very, very clear. And repeatedly we will take up these concepts because I know concepts are very difficult to understand. Yeah, 1 second, let me attach my tablet. Tablet means, the drawing pen. I don't mean the literal medicine tablet. Yes. So, Nishkama Karma Yoga begins from 2.47 with the Gyan. What is the Gyan in it? I've been repeating this repeatedly. With what knowledge he starts? Who will answer this now? What is the knowledge? Mataji, you have answered last time also, so I will hear from others. Tirthpat Prabhuji. Those who sometimes miss the class, make sure that you attend, hear the recordings and the continuity. Otherwise, Shama eva yehi kevalam, it will happen. Yes, Tirthpat Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandat Prabhuji. Can you repeat once more, Prabhuji, question?
Loudly, clearly. Yes,
Can you
Prabhu.
hear me, Prabhuji? Yes, Prabhu. Prabhuji, can you repeat
Now I am
once
able
more?
to hear, yes. A Nishkama Karma Yogi, Nishkam means he doesn't desire, the fruits of his work, correct? But he does actions because that is his nature. He's of a nature of a Brahmana or a Kshatriya. So what is the Gyan within the Nishkam Karma Yogi? What knowledge he has?
That everything to be offered to the Lord.
2.47.
Karmanya vedikaraste ma phale sukadachana. Ma karma phala hetu mate samgasta akarmani.
So what is that?
I know
If I desire the fruits, what will happen?
I will be.
If I desire the fruits, I will be what? Prabhuji, are you there with me?
Yes, Prabhuji.
If you desire the fruits, what will happen?
I will be in bondage, bro.
No, then why are you taking so time? So he has the gyan that he should not desire the fruits. Correct?
Yes, bro.
He works without any desire for the fruits. Then what is the second knowledge he has? What is that verse saying?
Without desire, I have to work then.
That's what already I've told. This is first knowledge. This is first thing. What is the second thing in that verse? 2.47. 2.47 is the famous verse in the entire world. And everyone knows about it. Yes or no? So what is the second knowledge he has?
Ma karma phala hetur mate sangasta akarmani. Means I am not the.
I am not the
doer of this.
What? Why are you taking so time? Non-doership. Non-doership is there. Because I should have written here non-doership. Because ultimately there is a higher, somebody is awarding the fruits and it's not in my hands. So there is sense of, so this jnana means what? Jnana means sattva, knowledge. Sattva sanjayate jnana. So this jnana keeps on increasing, keeps on increasing, keeps on increasing, And then when the antakaran is completely purified, there are different stages here, when there is neutrality between the fruits that was explained, 2.40n, that is also called as yoga. But when you'll achieve yoga, 2.53, tata yogam avapsati, when the intelligence is completely come out of the forest of delusion and the intelligence, achala buddhi, intelligence doesn't waver at all, and it is fixed. Samado achala buddhi. Shruti vipra pratiprannate yada stasasi nischala. Stasasi means steady. The intelligence is steadily fixed. Not only 1 day and 2 days, steadily fixed. So then he has attained yoga. This is the Sthita Pragya stage. Again, my handwriting, please forgive me for that. Or what is called as the Jnana Nishta stage. The Nishta in the Jnana is fixed. Now, although such a person is, now qualified for Jnana, Arjuna has been recommended that Arjuna, even if you think you're qualified for Jnana, but still continue to do Nishkam Karma Yoga. Now, one is a Nishkam Karma Yogi now has complete attained detachment because he's not attached. The complete detachment has arisen at this stage. And there is no, there is no need for him to work because of his nature, because his antakaran is purified. And by not performing his duty, there is no sin. We saw this, he is not, duty bound. Because when you are, when you are citizen of the country, you're duty bound to follow the laws. So when you are having the swabhava of the Kshatriya, be duty bound. But he is not duty bound. Naiva tasya kritena artha na akritena kasyana. Krishna spoke about it in 18. Right? So yet he continues to do Nishkam Karma Yoga. One reason is because to set an example. Set an example. Second is, although he has developed detachment, but he has to naturally evolve. Like he is in the Grahastha stage, and because of his advancement stage, he has attained detachment. Still, he has to continue till he comes to the Vanaprastha stage. You see the example of, I'm giving you two examples. Parikshit Maharaj, he had had the darshan of the Lord in his womb. And such an advanced soul that everywhere he used to see Krishna. That's why his name was Parikshit. But yet he was performing Kshatriya duty. He did not retire. He could have developed detachment and left to the forest. Then others would also follow, although if they don't have adhikar. So he was waiting. But by Lord's arrangement, this incident happened and then everyone understood now he has to retire because he's going to die in 7 days. So Parikshit did not retire. So only when he becomes Vanaprastha he can retire. Then there's example, many examples are there in the Bhagavatam like that. So please forgive me for my bad handwriting. So although the detachment is there, but yet you have to evolve, that there has to become maturity in that detachment with, sustained detachment and then maturity in age in the terms of Vanaprastha. So like that is why you set an example. Like I'll give you an example now. Please understand this in the ISKCON context or in the, marg of sadhana bhakti or uttama bhakti. Now, somebody might take up to sadhana bhakti. Now, sadhana bhakti, when I mean Shuddha sadhana bhakti, and then attain raganuga bhakti and attain bhava. Now, at bhava, he can go into Vrindavan, Navdeep and just absorb himself in chanting and reading and absorbing in Krishna Leela. But Prabhupada recommended that you preach. Come to the Madhyama platform and preach. And all these exalted devotees who are on that platform, they follow all the rules and regulations of attending morning Mangalarti program, chanting, Darshanarti, Bhagavatam class. Because if they do that of retiring and Navdeep and chanting, they are or retiring in Radhakunda, then those who are neophytes who don't even have adhikar, whose antakaran is not pure, they go and they'll also imitate and then they will degrade their consciousness. So you can see that example. That's even though there are exalted sannyasis who can just sit in and do their bhajan and relish rasa with Krishna, but they are coming down to preach to set an example. So sakta and asakta we can understand now. from the bhakti perspective also. We saw this verse, and he doesn't have the buddhi beda, and that's why he's karma sanginam. He's attached to karma, but he should dovetail, and he should engage them. That's what Krishna is saying here. And then two differences. If both are doing actions externally, you see both are doing the same thing, but what is the difference? This verse speaks that he thinks kartam iti mannete ahankar vimudatma kartam iti. Two verses explain the difference. How do you distinguish between the vidwan and the earth vidwan if both are performing actions? If a vidwan thinks that he is a performer of actions, but actually everything is performed by material nature, the senses, and the senses are products of gunas, and gunas are controlled by the Lord. So that knowledge he has. Okay? I am just an instrument. So that is what he has knowledge. So now we come to today's verse. Tattvavittu mahabhavo guna karma vibhagayo guna guneshu vartanta iti matva na sajjate. So what is again the knowledge of the vidwan? The vidwan is tattvavit. He is tattvavit. A wise person who knows tattvavit. What he knows? Guna karma vibhagayo. He has knowledge that he is different from the senses and their actions. Guna karma vibhagayo. Almighty armed. He is not attached to the sense objects. Na sajjate. Understanding matva. That only the senses are engaged with the sense objects. Guna ishu. Very, very. Sanskrit language is not only philosophical but very poetic. The gunas, guna is mentioned. Gunas is, actually in English you cannot write like this. Oh, wow. So this is guna is plural here, because there are three gunas. And guneshu is also plural here. The senses and the sense objects, So the sense objects are called as guneshu. And the guna. Guna is the senses. There are many senses, right? So Prabhupada also translates here senses is there. And sense objects. So ishu means also arrows. The senses hit their arrows to sense objects. So like that also you can understand. Okay. So tattvavit, he is a tattvavit. And guna karma vibhagayu. Now please hear in the purport what this means. And I will just give you a glance and hint of how Prabhupada translates this verse also. Because, Prabhupada presents everything from bhakti. Tattvavit, Prabhupada says directly the knower of the absolute truth. But, actually this verse is not speaking about the knower of absolute truth. But Prabhupada is directly, because absolute truth is Krishna, the highest tattva, Vedanti tattva, tattva vidas, tattvam yad jnanam advayam, brahmeti, paramatmeti, bhagwaniti shabdate. Based on that, Prabhupada is giving his bhakti purports. But right now, in this point of the Bhagavad Gita, tattvavit is one who guna karma vibhagayo, who knows the gunas and the karma and the vibhaga. So now let us see how Vishwanath Chakravarti explained. The intelligent person, however, knows the truth, tattvavit, about the divisions of gunas and actions. Vibhaga means divisions of gunas and actions. Okay, now let us see who is tattvavit here. Okay, now who will do the divisions of the gunas and karmas? Raise your hands. Guna karma vibhagayo. What are the divisions of gunas? Analysis. This is analysis. Tattva analysis. Tattva means the 24 elements, So tattva analysis there. Navneet Kalra Mataji, yes.
Gunas would be sattva, rajas, and tamas.
Excellent. Gunas are sattva, rajas, tamas. These are the three divisions of gunas. Okay.
And
And
karma is the akarma, vikarma, and sakarma, like fruitive action, binding karma.
no, no. Okay, okay. Now, yes. See now. Okay. Uh, okay, okay. See, very good. You just answered like this so that I could understand. I could understand. Now, Mataji, hear very carefully. Okay. 1 second. I will unmute everyone. I will mute everyone so that there's no distraction. Please sit in a place where there's no distraction. Navneet Mataji, I'll keep you. Okay. Okay, Mataji, you said gunas are what? Sattva?
Sattva, rajas, and tamas.
Tattva, this is correct. Now, okay, so the term karma has meanings. Karma can mean, action, general meaning. Karma can mean action and reaction. मेरे कर्म, मैं कर्म बंधन में फंसा हूं. That means karma means
Yeah,
action and I'm bound in the
yeah,
cycle of action and reaction. Karma can mean
yeah,
reaction. मेरे कर्म बहुत बुरे
yeah,
हैं इसे. And
yeah,
karma can mean also sukarma, pious actions. Okay.
yeah.
So this is with respect to the terminology karma. But now guna karma vibhagayo. Guna karma vibhaga means based on the gunas, they have their actions. So that is what is vibhagayo, you have to understand. So what does now karma mean here? Karma cannot mean these meanings, which are the definition or the terminology it means. Okay. Yes, yes. This is
So
yes,
would that mean the karma performed based on the gunas, whether there'll be
yes. The
rajasic some
karma
still?
based. Yes, yes. That's
How
correct.
you are
Okay.
propelled by
Uh,
your
1 second. Sorry, it got unmuted. Yes, Mataji, what are you saying?
how your sabhava would propel you to do the karma.
Okay. Now, okay, okay. Lalita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I'll just try. Is it like for Brahmanas have Sattva Guna, they are good in Vedic knowledge, Kshatriyas have
No, no. See,
Rajasic and
Mataji, see, I'll tell you. Okay, I'll just give you a hint. It is not so easy. Now, you are doing actions using the body, correct? You're doing actions using the body. We are speaking about karma, Guna, Gunesh,
yeah.
karma. And body has senses. Okay. Now,
Okay.
senses are in which mode? What is the mode where the senses operate? Your senses, eyes, nose, they are in the creation pastime. They're products of what? Senses are of, they are in sattva, rajas, or tamas, Mataji.
I don't know, Prabhu, you can tell. I'm not sure, Prabhu.
No. Good. That's a very sincere answer. I'm very happy about it, Good. Keshav Nath Prasad Prabhuji. Yes.
So since they're in action, Prabhuji, so it should be the Rajas mode because it's
Yes, it is Rajas. Okay. Now, let's go back to Lalita Mataji. Sense objects. Lalita Mataji, Sri Lalita
Yes, Prabhu.
Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Now, all the sense objects, whether it is gula, rasmalai, or, you know, any forms you're seeing in this world, which is all made of matter, it is in which mode?
Is it, I don't know, Prabhu, how can sense object be in a mode, Prabhu? It has no life, no, Prabhu?
My goodness. No, I don't know what to say about this.
I didn't
I don't know really what to say
understand
about.
actually how
Okay, tell me at least. Okay, forget
yeah.
all that. Tell me, gulab jamun. Gulab jamun is made
But
of what?
uh-huh. Sweet and koa and I mean sugar, koa, ghee,
Oh
sattva
my
guna. Yeah,
goodness.
I mean whatever is made of milk and ghee and butter. I don't know, Prabhu.
Mataji, you are getting the whole from the creation perspective. Tell me. You are speaking about sweet. I am not speaking about sweet. I am speaking about that gulab jamun is made of what elements?
Oh, I mean
It
water,
is made of earth,
earth. Yeah.
earth, water, and all, right?
Yeah.
Fire. So these
Yeah.
elements are in the which mode? Which mode?
Sattva guna.
Elements are in sattva.
Prabhu, I don't know, Prabhu. I don't know. I'm not aware of it.
Everything
You
is
mute me and
tamas.
you ask. Okay. Hmm.
No. I'm just trying to, push you all to think more. Don't, uh, feel like that. I want you all to think, because, we have a particular way of seeing things. Like, when I said gulab jamun, sweet, you said, the ingredients. But, now we should become Sankyaits.
Yes,
Sankhya
Prabhu.
means to see everything from 24 elements perspective.
Okay.
That is Tattvavit. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Now, okay. Hold on. Okay. The senses I. Hmm? The sense object is form. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, to
Yes,
see
Prabhu.
the form, you need
Hmm.
what? The help of what? Huh?
Vision, Prabhu. You need
What do you
vision,
need?
right? Vision to
You
see,
need vision.
right? Huh.
You need vision. Okay. If you have
Light,
eyes,
sunlight,
can you
light,
see
light. You
anything?
need. You need light to see the
Yes,
object.
this is Sankhya. Now you're speaking sun. Now, sun is who?
Sun is Krishna.
He's a
It's
devata.
Bhagavad Krishna. Yeah.
Sun.
Krishna's eyes. Yeah. Okay.
Don't go
Yeah.
so philosophical.
Huh.
No, don't go so philosophical. Sun is a devata, sun god, right?
Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
Now, devatas are on the mode of goodness,
Goodness.
correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
So now you can see Guna karma vibhagayo tattvavit. Now I am very poor at drawing. This is the eye, okay,
Okay.
and this is form, okay, and
Okay.
this is the sun, okay. So now what
Okay.
is this, Mataji? Tell me. Eye is what?
1 minute, Prabhu. There is a video lag. 1
Sense or
minute, Prabhu.
sense
Now what
object?
is it? Yeah. Yeah.
Eye is sense or sense object? At least tell me that.
Eye is a sense.
Sense. What is this? The
Actually, there is
form.
a lag.
Is it sense or sense object?
Sense object.
Sense object. And it is controlled by whom?
Light. Because of the light only we are able to see, right?
No,
Sun.
not only because of light, you can see, if you want to see, you
Devatas
need
also. Devatas
the
also.
sun, it's controlled by sun's devata, sun devata,
Yeah. Devatas. Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
So this is rajas, this is tamas, this is sattva. So tattvavittu mahabhavo guna karma vibhagayo. He does this analysis, vibhajan, that this sense is engaged in this sense object, and this devata, ultimately, you're seeing some beautiful form, it is revealed to you by the sun, and it is revealed according to your karma for everyone. Somebody can see, somebody cannot see. Yes?
Yeah.
I'm eating prasad, and suddenly I see a worm. Now, if from internally the sense devata doesn't, the eye doesn't, the sun devata doesn't operate my eye to see in that direction where the worm is, I will continue eating, although I'm seeing. Are you getting this
Correct.
point? Okay.
Yes.
So he can make this division that ultimately it is controlled by the sense devata, the sense and sense objects. The senses are engaged in sense objects. I am Atma.
Yeah.
I am Atma. I have nothing to do. I
Correct.
have nothing to do with this. There's only interaction of the senses and the sense objects.
Objects.
So this is a person who is who is what? Tattvavit. He's a Tattvavit. Now you all have become Tattvavit. Yes? Okay, now let's see the purport and try to understand. The intelligent person, however, knows the truth, Tattvavit, about the divisions of gunas and actions. The divisions of gunas are Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. The divisions of action according to the effect of gunas. Devata, Sattva. Rajas, senses, sense objects, Tamas. One who knows the nature of these two. The nature of these two means what? Shri Lalita Mataji. Nature of these two means what? Which two?
Sense and sense objects, Prabhu. Oh no, Hare Krishna.
Guna
Guna
and
and karma.
karma.
Guna and karma. Yeah.
Yeah. Sense objects are always there for each of the senses, But
Yeah.
the senses are in passion, the sense objects are in ignorance, the sense devata is in goodness. So guna and karma. The senses such as I, guna, administered by their devatas, it is administered by the devatas, are engaged in the sense objects such as forms. Are you understanding the whole connection now?
Yes, Prabhu.
The eye can see only when the sense devata, is, he, operates it. The main panel is there, electricity panel in the house, and then in your room, you on the bulb, it will not on.
Yeah.
The main connection. Nowadays, in hotels, the AC control is there in the reception. It's not within the room. Although you on it, it will not on because sometimes people misuse the AC. So ultimately, it is administered by the devatas who are in goodness, and it is the effect, basically it is the effect. And the sense objects, they are forms. They are guneshu. They are in the mode of ignorance. The intelligent person is not attached knowing this. It's actually that what the gunas are engaged in guneshu. The senses are engaged in sense objects. I am different from it. I have nothing to do with it. He thinks I am not at all the senses nor the sense objects. There is no little relationship between me, the senses, and or the sense objects at all. So that is his knowledge. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, O mighty one, armed one, Mahabhavo, a learned person who knows the truth, does not associate with the modes of nature or their actions in the form of prescribed duties. Now, again, all the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has mentioned here. So does not associate with the modes of nature means what? Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Or their actions in the form of prescribed duties. Now, let me try to elaborate this and please try to understand this. Okay. Okay, there's space here. Okay. Now, okay. So, somebody
mute
is in the
myself,
mode
Prabhu.
of passion. The mode of passion. Pardon?
I'll mute
Pardon?
myself, Prabhu.
No, wait, hold on. One more last answer. We are testing you a lot today because you are also a teacher. Okay. So you see, there are these three modes: goodness, passion, ignorance, operating everywhere in the universe. Correct? There are these three modes everywhere. They are all pervading. But a person on his mind, the psychological force is, his nature is of a mode of passion. So that is the force which is more predominantly operating in him. Now, he is impelled by this passion. So what will this do to him? What kind of actions it will promote him to do?
To endeavor more, to earn more. I mean, like, yeah. Passion means derived by passion, he'll be wanting to earn more, enjoy more, do more, do
No,
whatever
no,
it requires.
no. Again, let's, I understand, the thought process of yours, because we are in this world seeing things. Now, based on, okay, Brahmana is in the mode of goodness. We'll come to this now. Kshatriya is in the mode of passion.
Okay.
Okay. Vaishya is both passion and ignorance. Of course, this is a very general understanding. It's very deep. And when it comes up, I will take up, in the 17th chapter. And Shudra is in ignorance. This is not exactly the real understanding. Please understand that also. So, what type of duties he is now inclined to? Now you tell me.
Kshatriya needs to fight Prabhu and gain victory. I mean, if he.
No. One who is in the mode of passion,
Uh-huh.
what kind of duties he is inclined to?
One who is in the like protection, leadership. I mean, Shatatrayate,
Yeah,
they
he is
protect
inclined
all
to
the.
Kshatriya duty.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's inclined to Kshatriya duty. Now, again, I'll come to a little modern example, because we are. So, see, okay, let's go in a factory setup. There is a R&D department. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there is a, production department. And then there is the marketing. And then there is there is a, labor, which labors there. Okay.
Correct.
Now, somebody
R&D
who
is
is
Brahman.
in the mode of goodness, which
Huh.
department he'll fit in?
Research and development.
Research and somebody who's on mode of passion, which
Production.
department he'll be in? Production. Somebody is in the he's a business
Shudra, the
mentality.
labor. Yeah. No, Vaishya is marketing.
No. No hurry. Marketing. Okay. And then somebody is a, labor class. All will fit there, right? So
Yeah.
similarly, if the mode of goodness is operating on him, he will be inclined to do goodness activities.
Yeah.
Goodness activity is what? Sattvic activities.
Yeah.
Sattvic activity is what? Study of Shastra.
Yeah.
Patan, Patan, Yajan,
Worship.
Yajana.
Yeah. Austerities. Yeah.
And the Brahmana is compared to head. Kshatriya is
Yeah.
compared to arms.
Yeah.
Protection. Vaishya
Yeah.
is stomach.
Business, agriculture,
So all
trade.
this, the legs.
Yeah.
So like that, the gunas. So he knows the truth and does not associate with any of these. Because he's what? He's transcendental. He's Atma.
Okay.
That's what now in the next line it is saying. He only thinks I am Atma, I am separate, yet by providence I am bound by material nature. It is the modes of nature that are impelling me to act. So he has this knowledge. Guna guneshu vartante iti matva. Knowing this, na sajjate. He doesn't get, he doesn't think that I am the senses and I am enjoying the sense objects. So that is very detached way of, working. Now, I'm trying to build this foundation understanding by asking questions so that, we upgrade our understanding and knowledge of Krishna consciousness. This will become more and more evolved. The Tattva becomes more evolved in the fifth chapter. And Krishna is going to give more advanced knowledge about this. So hold on till then. And let me finish these two verses. And then if you have questions on this, we'll answer. Now further he explains. Prakriti guna sammuda sajjante guna karmasu tan akrishna vido madan krishna vin na vichalate. So here, the Vidwan and the Avidwan are again Krishna is using the terms called as Krishna with and Akrishna with. Where is my pen? Here it is. Oh. Krishna with and Krishna with. That's the term he's using. Those bewildered by the senses made of Prakriti. Prakriti, no, sammuda. They are bewildered. Muda. Samyak rupena muda they are. Completely foolish. The senses are made of Prakriti. Are attached to sense objects. Sanjante guna karmasu. One who knows everything. Krishna with. Krishna means not Krishna. Please remember. There is a difference between Krishna and Krishna. Krishna means one who knows everything. One who knows. With means to know everything. Krishna means everything. With means to know. With means to know. Does not disturb, na vichalayat, those foolish persons, tan mandan, who do not know, Krishna with. So this is the difference between, he's completely, senses and sense objects he's enjoying. He's thinking that he's the senses. He's thinking that he's the body. That's it. Now, I'll give you some practical example to understand this. This is really interesting, and it's a real event which had happened. There was a famous basketball match happening in America. Americans, they have two famous sports are baseball and basketball. And there was a famous player on one side. And in the whole stadium, huge crowd was sitting, and they all had, hopes that this player who's famous, this team will win. And somehow when the event happened, he did not perform well, firstly. Secondly, his team lost. And suddenly when they lost, there was a huge uproar in the stadium. Everyone started roaring, shouting, And then this person, just took the mic and he announced, why make such an uproar? It's just a game, he said. It's just a game. And suddenly hearing this answer, because they had a desire that, they want to see this team win and they had hopes on that hero and the results were opposite. That's why there was an uproar. That is Rajaguna effect, Kama Esha, Krodha Esha. And then when they heard his reply, it's just a game, why take it so seriously? Suddenly what happened? The crowd went berserk. They started destroying the whole stadium. They went and attacked him. And then he somehow had to escape his life, and then somehow he, the security protected him. And then he started reflecting, what, what really went wrong with the audience? Why they became so, obsessed with what happened, So he went for another basketball match, disguising himself. And he was observing. Now he was the witness who was observing. And he was going with the crowd, and how the crowd, when the senses are attached to sense objects, of the basketball or, then you get caught up, in the sense objects, and you identify yourself with the sense objects. And he was also getting carried away by the crowd. Oh, this team is winning. Oh, there was uproar. But you are Atma. You're a witness. You're a Atma. And you have nothing to do. It's only the senses which are in the mode of passion. There is a sense objects which are in the mode of ignorance. And there is a control by sense devtas who are in the mode of goodness. Everything which is happening is the interaction between the senses and sense objects. I am Atma. I have nothing to do. So if you're still like that, then, you'll not get affected. But when you identify with the senses, that this is the body, then, you cannot discriminate. Guna karma vibhagasho you cannot do. You are not tattvavid. And that's why you are attached. Sajjate. Isliye prakrite guna sammuda. Prakrite guna sammuda. He's Krishna Vidam, Madan. He's Madan. He's foolish. They are bewildered by the senses made of Prakriti. They're bewildered by this body. They think, and they're attached to sense objects. Because of that, they don't know this. So let's see what Vishwanath Chakravarti. If the jivas are separate from the senses and the sense objects without relation to them, then why it is seen that people are attached to sense objects? So the senses are separate from the sense objects. Sorry, the jiva is separate from the senses and the sense objects. There's no relationship, but we attach that relationship. We are attached to the senses. We are attached to the body. We are attached to the sense objects. And that's why something happens wrong, we become disturbed or we become engrossed in it. Then why is it seen that people are attached to sense objects? This verse answers. Because of absorption in the senses made of matter, jiva becomes bewildered. Prakrite guna sammuda. He identifies himself with matter. Matter means senses, the body. Just like a man possessed by a ghost thinks himself a ghost, the jiva absorbed in the senses made of matter think himself to be the senses. Now, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, example what he's giving is very deep and profound. Actually, somebody who is haunted by a ghost, he no more identifies himself of who that character is. He identifies with the ghost character, and whatever the ghost has desires, he is acting like that. And I don't know whether you know about many examples. I know many known examples, of these cases. I don't want to narrate here, but he doesn't identify himself. Sometimes if a female is attacked by a ghost, a male ghost, and that female starts behaving like a male, that means speaking in a male voice. And I know many cases which are there, true cases. So he cannot identify himself that I am a female, and they start identifying with the, so similarly, somebody is haunted by a ghost, he cannot identify himself with his real identity, but he identifies himself with the ghost character. Similarly, the jiva who is absorbed in senses made of matter thinks himself to be the senses or thinks himself to be the body. Then they become attached to the sense objects. A man who knows all, Krishna with. No means with, all means again everything, Krishna. Does not disturb those who are ignorant. He cannot tell, Arey, why are you attached to enjoying? You're not this body, you're Atma. Even if he 100 times tells him, you're not this body or Atma, he cannot understand this because he's like a ghost haunted person. He does not attempt to make them realize that they as jivas are different from the senses and that they are not the senses. He does not make an attempt because it will not work. Instead, he engages them in action without desire, which will remove the absorption of the senses. Slowly, he'll engage them in actions and gradually from sakam karma, nishkam karma, like that, One does not cure a man possessed of a ghost even by instructing him even 100 times. You are not man. You are a man, not a ghost. When the ghost haunted people also speak, they are not speaking, it's a ghost inside sometimes speaking. And you can identify by the voice also, in fact. Instead, he cures him by using mantras, jewels, and medicines, which will remove that affliction. So the mantras, jewels, and medication is because the instruction of the Vedas in the form of doing Nishkam Karma Yoga. Okay, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Ignorant people do not think like this. Rather, they are bewildered by material intelligence, material work, and the modes of nature. Those whose knowledge is complete should not uselessly unsettle the minds of such intelligent persons. 1 second. Give me a minute, please. Okay. I was wondering, what is this statement? Such intelligent is how they are intelligent. So
Yeah,
here
I'm not telling.
I'm just having less intelligent people. I'm having the original commentary here book with me in my hand. I hope you all have Prabhupada book also with you. Instead, learners must gradually make them qualified, giving them appropriate instructions according to their level. If they are on Sakama level, give Sakama level instruction. If they are on Nishkama Karma Yoga, give instructions on that. So that's what, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying in this purport. Now I am just going to what Prabhupada is saying here. Tattva directly, Prabhupada is saying, knower of the absolute truth. And Prabhupada from the Bhakti perspective gives the entire purport. The absolute truth is, Krishna, and one should know that I'm in the material body, I'm stuck, bound in this material world, and I have to engage in Krishna's service. So Prabhupada gives, that understanding, and Tattva again, Prabhupada gives that Vadanti Tattva Tattva. So Prabhupada is giving the highest level of Tattva understanding, but here this is referring to one who is having Sankhya knowledge. Okay. So you can see that, why, devotees, please forgive me. I was a little, today asking questions. You can see that my tone was different. Yes. So please forgive me for that. Why? Because I wanted to bring out that, if we are actually Tattvavit, knowing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then we should also know this Tattvavit at this level. But how much, our knowledge and understanding of this philosophy should evolve. So that's the reason I wanted to bring that out. So that is why we should study very scrutinizingly the Bhagavad Gita and understand even from the Acharya's perspective. And actually we go through, even while practicing bhakti, we go through the self-realization level, and we come to know that we become self-realized, and then we know that we are different from the body, and then further we advance like that to higher levels. So these are higher levels also. Just because I'm practicing bhakti, I know Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know the pastimes. No, you have to deeper understand the tattva also. So that is why I did this exercise. Okay, now this is the last verse. Krishna is concluding. Now again, Krishna, here indirectly he's saying, who is that yajna? It is me, Mai. I am that. Mai. Krishna is pointing out to himself in the battlefield. Offer all the results to me because I am the absolute truth. Mai sarvani karmani sanyas adhyatma chetasa nirashir nirmama bhutva yuddhasva vigata jvara. Offering all activities to me. Mai sarvani karmani sanyas. Sanyas means there's no desire for the fruits. That is sanyas. Being fixed in the soul. Now again here, you have to mark this and try to understand. Adhyatma chetasa. Because in Nishkama Karma Yoga, there is a gradual progression happening. If you remember again, I've been repeatedly telling 2.39 is a very critical verse. How many times one should study this verse? Actually, Prabhupada purport, how many times I told? Who remembers that? At least let us see. How many times you should study? I told. Tirthat Prabhuji.
25 times, Prabhuji.
25 times. How many times till now you have studied?
Not many times, Prabhu.
Okay. So please every day read and deliberate once at least. Once, just take 2-3 minutes. It's very deep. It's like a notion, Prabhupada's purport. So 2.39 I'm coming because why? Because soul, there is subtle body, gross body. This is soul, subtle body, gross body. Now in Nishkama Karma Yoga, there is the Sabhava. And because of the Sabhava, if it is more of the Kshatriya nature, there is Kshatriya duty. You are doing actions without any desire. And that buddhi will make you realize the self first. Whereas in Bhakti Yoga, you are trying to directly realize Bhagwan. This is Bhagwan, directly Bhakti. So, Sanyas Adhyatma Chetas is mentioned because of this. Be fixed while you're doing actions. You're doing actions, you be fixed that I am Atma. I have nothing to do with the senses, sense objects, and this body. So that is what, so the consciousness of a Nishkam Karma Yogi is basically that, he is detached. He's, while working, I should be detached from the fruits of the action. And consciousness should be fixed in the self. Adhyatma Chetasa has it now. Now, what is the consciousness of a Bhakti Yogi? Okay, now who will answer? Let's see some answers because we are all Bhakti Yogis here. Who will answer? What should be the consciousness of a Bhakti Yogi? What is the consciousness of a Bhakti Yogi now? Everyone is silent. All of us are Bhakti Yogis here. Okay, Kanchan Sharma Mataji, yes. Yes. Okay, I'll give you some more hint. See, a Nishkama Karma
Is it
Yogi.
like,
One second, Mataji.
yes,
I'll just also give you some more food for thought. A Nishkama Karma Yogi is, he is aware of his Swabhava, that I am a Kshatriya, and I have to do my Kshatriya duty, that is my, that is my dharma, that is my dharma according to Varnashram. So that is his consciousness and he is detached, so you can say all that, So yes, what is your answer, Mataji?
Ananyas Chintayanto Ma?
Oh, I don't want to go to that lofty platform. It's a very, very lofty platform. Are we on that
Okay.
platform? I really don't know. Let us see when we come to 9th chapter. At least as devotees, when we do any activities, what should be our consciousness? Yes. We are all doing some activities for Krishna, no? And what consciousness we are doing? It's a very simple thing I'm asking. Yes. Keshavnath Prasad Prabhuji.
Yeah, whether it pleases Krishna or not, that is what.
Yes, we are doing in the consciousness, we are not doing that, our action should be, that I should be detached, that mood is not there. We are in fact more attached to what? Attached to what? Keshwanath Prasad Prabhuji. Attached to what?
Attached to pleasure of Krishna, Prabhuji.
Attached to service.
Service, yeah, service.
So attached to service. And we are doing it for the pleasure of Krishna. Pleasure for Krishna. And I am in the mood of what? Servant of Krishna.
Servant.
Servant of Krishna. These are all very exalted platforms, frankly speaking, even this. So here he is fully fixed in the self and is fully detached. So this is the difference in the consciousness of a Nishkam Karma Yogi and the consciousness of a Bhakti Yogi, because he's directly doing it for Krishna. So right now Krishna is speaking about not Bhakti Yoga, he's speaking about Nishkam Karma Yoga. But Prabhupada in his purport gives this explanation. So that's why his purport is directly giving a Bhakti explanation. So, but if we had understood the Bhakti explanation, then we would have answered all these questions very clearly. So, Mayi Sanya, and so Nirashar Nirmama Bhutva Yudjasa Vigata Jora. So let's see now the part. The word Adhyatma here means to be taken in Aveve Bhava compound, meaning Adi, the Atma. Okay, this is something to do with Sanskrit grammar, don't worry. So Adhyatma means Adhi Atma. So Adi Atma means his consciousness is always fixed that I am Atma. The phrase Adhyatma Chetasa therefore means with consciousness fixed in the Atma. His consciousness is within, fixed here. But our consciousness is whether it is pleasing to Krishna. That's the difference in Bhakti Yoga activities and Nishkam Karma Yoga activities. Therefore, offering sannyas, all was to me. Mai sarvani karmani, sannyas. So that's the difference between Nishkama Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. We can, doing seva for Krishna, but we might be also attached to the fruits. Whether if I do, the back of a Raj Bhoga, whether I will get, some sweet prasad, then, that is one level, which is also good because you're ultimately serving. Then after every day you get sweet prasad, then you will feel, no, I should not desire. I should not expect for my service, any, fruit. Then every time again you work, Rajbhog Seva you do, and then the pujari comes and gives sweet rice. No, Prabhuji, you give it to someone else, or you only offer it to someone. So that's another higher level of consciousness. So like that, we can go in higher levels of consciousness, even when we are doing actions for Krishna. That's what I'm trying to bring out here. So here, Sanyas Adhyatma Chetas, consciousness fixed in the Atma, rather in the material objects. So his consciousness is inwards. Consciousness is inwards, not outwards in the sense objects. Now, what should be a devotee's consciousness while doing actions for Krishna? His consciousness is fixed in Atma. So what should be our consciousness? What should be our consciousness? I am going really slow, but because I want devotees to understand. Otherwise, I plan to finish at least 35 verses today, at least 7 verses. But you see how difficult these last 3 verses have been for us to understand. Even I'm also evolving in my understanding as I'm learning with all of you here. Kanchan Sharma Mataji, what is the devotee's consciousness? This person, his Adhyatma Chetasa, his consciousness is fixed that I am the Atma. When devotees are doing actions, so what should be our consciousness?
It is to, as a servant of the servant, please Krishna.
To please Krishna. Should be conscious that it is whether these actions are pleasing to Krishna. Very important, yeah. Without being desires for results, nirasha. Being nishkam, nirasha means nishkam. Devoid of possessiveness in all respects, nirmama, fight, yuddhasva, vigata jvara. So I have brought these points, Mai Sarvani Karmani is transcendental because it is done for Krishna. Sanyas Adhyatma Chetasa is in the mode of goodness. Nirashir Nirmamo Bhutva is in the mode of passion. Nirasha means not desiring. Nishkama, right? Kama means passion. Na? Yuddhasa Vigata Jvara, give up, lethargy. Lethargy is in the mode of ignorance. So this is Tattvavit, Guna Karma Vibhagasha. We have done here, Guna Karma Vikasha. Of course, here it is Nishkama Karma Yoga, and now gradually Krishna is revealing, the absolute truth here. That the absolute truth I am, do actions for me, my, that is what it's being revealed here. Now you can see unto me, Prabhupada translates here. And then, surrender all works unto me. And then Prabhupada says this is the direct, indicates the purpose of, Bhagavad Gita. And directly from the Bhakti perspective, Prabhupada gives very nice purport, which you can all study. Okay. So that now completes this section. Oh, sorry. Now this Bhaktivinoda Thakur's commentary is there. Oh, Arjuna, become an expert knower of Tattva, always conscious of the self. Now again, this refers to, again, conscious of the self with respect to Nishkama Karma Yoga. Now, in Bhakti Yoga, what will be this statement now then? Who will answer? In Bhakti Yoga, what it will... Who will answer this? Yes, Sri Lalita Mataji.
Always conscious of the Lord.
Yes, it's conscious of the Lord. It's conscious of the Lord. But while doing service, are we always conscious of the Lord, Mataji?
Sometimes, Prabhu.
Sometimes. But while doing the sevas, just like cooking, our consciousness is all absorbed in those activities, and continuous remembrance of the Lord consciousness is there?
No, no, Prabhu.
No. Thanks for your sincere answer. It's not so easy. That's a very elevated level. But actually, the actions all you are doing is for the Lord, correct? The cooking you are doing for the deities, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes?
Yeah,
Ah,
only
so
for
that
while
is
offering
also
we
one
are
level. So that
conscious.
is what, while offering, that is different after doing the action. But while doing the action also, if you are then that is a very elevated platform. So all this will come in the middle six chapters. We will go through all these levels, so wait for those middle six chapters. So there is bhakti yoga at the level of karma yoga also. Please remember now. For now, this bhakti yoga means Shuddha Bhakti Yoga, very, very elevated platform. There is bhakti yoga at the level of bhakti yoga. There's bhakti yoga at the level of jnana yoga. There's bhakti yoga at the level of karma yoga, where we're engaging all our senses. Jnana yoga means we are also conscious. There is remembrance, and then the complete antakaran is purified, and then you know this is a very elevated platform. We'll come to all this in the middle chapters, but I'm just mentioning to you. Give up the material false ego of being the doer and the desire to enjoy the results of our activities. Instead, offer oral activities to me, my. Give up the material desire and doubt and perform your prescribed duty in the form of writing. So now, having now, uh, answered Arjuna's question up till here, Arjuna, you're not qualified for buddhi, jnana, or bhakti. You're qualified for Nishkam Karma Yoga, so Karma Yoga is better. If you think you're not qualified even for Karma Yoga, practice Karma Kand, come to Nishkam Karma Yoga. If you think you're qualified for Gyan, still come down to Nishkam Karma Yoga to set example. And then he has given the difference between Karma Kand and Karma Yoga. Because ultimately, we have to understand he's a Vidwan, he's Sammuda. Now, Arjuna has a question. How is this fight? Because in the previous verse he mentioned that fighting will elevate. Fighting is, you should fight. How this fighting is going to elevate me? So 30 to 35 will give the answer how Karma Yoga elevates. Okay. So any questions you have up till now? Now, because we finished this section, any questions you have, I would like to take about these three verses which we discussed. We discussed quite elaborately these verses. Just 1 hour we spent only on these three verses. More than an hour. Yes, Chakraram Prabhuji.
Guruji, regarding 3.929 Tattvavid,
Hmm.
I'm trying to say something and you can understand whether what I've understood.
Mhm.
What I understood is to understand the senses.
3.29 is not Tattvavit. 3.28 is Tattvavit.
Okay, in Tattvavid,
Hmm.
uh, to understand the senses, we need a help of some superior, like demigods. We need a help from some superior to understand the senses. Does that my understanding is correct? What I've understood?
No, 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 no. That's not the understanding. Tattvavit means guna karma vibhajana. He can analyze. Now I'll tell you. Okay, I'll give you a simple example. Who is a Tattvavit? Now, do you know a thing which is made of atta, and a dough is made, okay, and it is rolled, in oil, and then it is poured in the oil, and then it fluffs up. What is it called, Prabhuji?
Rolls, bread rolls.
Some more better answer, some other thing. It's a round shape, it is rolled into round shape, and then oil is put and rounded, and then it is, you know, uh, put in the, oil, fried, and then it flops, and then,
Donuts.
what is it?
Donuts.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Matajis have to answer, I think, now. Okay. Sri Lalita Mataji. Yes, Sri Lalita Mataji. Yes.
Puri, Prabhu.
Puris. Yes, puris. Now, do you like puris?
Yeah, okay,
Yes,
Prabhu.
everyone.
Yeah,
Tasty eating.
somebody who likes puris, na, the senses are attached to the sense objects. And the hot puris, you'll just break them and you'll eat, and you're enjoying guna sammuda, guna guneshu, sajjate. He is engrossed in that eating. But a tattvavit, na, he'll see the puri and what is his analysis? Tell me. What is the analysis of a tattvavit, Sri Lalita Mataji, when he sees the puri?
Prabhuji?
What is his analysis,
Uh-huh.
Vidwan, when he
Okay.
sees the puri?
Uh-huh.
He, because somebody who is not a tattvavit, he identifies himself as an enjoyer, senses, the sense objects is puri, and he is now
He's
engaged.
Atma. Tattvavit is an Atma. He sees himself as Atma. He does not
Yeah,
want to.
Mataji, how a tattvavit sees a puri, when he sees what is his analysis when he sees the puri, that object puri?
Is it analyzed so that's beneficial for him or not?
Oh,
Being oily
no.
stuff.
No. That is again, if you are seeing from a health perspective. You have to see from
Water,
Sankhya,
elements.
Sankhya
Yeah,
Darshan.
yeah. Five elements
Sankhya.
of.
Achha, five
Huh?
elements.
No,
Ah.
not five elements. Atta, water, oil.
See, guna karma vibhagayo. You will have to, see, first of all, yes, he sees the elements. Arey, what is puri? Puri is made of atta, oil, right? Do you eat like that only atta, Mataji?
No.
Mataji, do you eat like that only atta? Raw atta?
No, Prabhu.
And that oil, do you drink like that only?
No, Prabhu.
No. You become detached, na, suddenly.
Yeah.
But why you are attached to puri, which is atta and oil? So when they combine together, it becomes, that object becomes, and you identify with the object. That means you identify with the senses. Then you're entangled. But Tattvavita, when he sees, this is, made of elements. He's detached. He doesn't need puri at all. Because he doesn't identify himself as an enjoyer. He's detached. This is a jnani I'm speaking, okay? Of course, that puri, when it is offered to Krishna, we have to be in that mood that it is, enjoyed by Krishna, and we are taking it as prasad also. Otherwise, we also enjoy it, so that is also there in our consciousness. But, we have to go to that, transcend that consciousness and come to that consciousness that is actually Mahaprasad, and it is a mercy of Krishna, which is a very lofty level of consciousness. So, Tattvavit, he says, Arey, what is this? This is made of earth element, atta, and this is a water element, oil. Oil is a water element. It's a viscous element. And why you have to be attached? He is detached from it. So he's not attracted because he is able to analyze. He's able to analyze. I hope you're able to understand this point.
Yes,
Yes.
Are you
Prabhuji.
getting
Welcome.
now how you have to see everything from Sankhya Darshan? Now you
Yes,
all have
Prabhu.
to become Sankhites. Everything have to
Yeah.
see from Sankhya Darshan. And for your kind information, just not even 50, 75 years back in India, every householder, especially the ladies, knew Sankhya Darshan. Everyone knew Sankhya very well because they were all cooks. And those who are cooks, they can easily understand 24 elements. And all the examples of creation, 24 elements are, the whole process of creation is compared to cooking. So everything you can understand by Sankhya. especially that more traditional way of cooking, there that things evolves, actually. So that's how we have to see from Sankhya Darshan, from Tattva, the elements, elemental understanding. What are these elements made of? Earth, water, fire, air, ether, like that. I hope now it is making it a little more clear and understanding. Is it okay?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
Prabhu, it's fine.
Yeah. Any other questions you have now about these three verses which we have discussed? Yeah, Bir Krish Prabhuji, yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dhanavad Pranam. Prabhu,
Yeah.
just two clarification, Prabhu.
One after
One
the
is,
other,
Prabhu,
please.
yeah, Prabhu. This karma vibhaga, based
Guna
on
karma
one's,
vibhaga,
yeah,
not
Prabhu.
karma vibhaga.
Prabhu, can we see it like this ki karma vibhaga based on one's
Please,
swabhava
Prabhuji,
and
again, guna karma vibhaga, the verses.
right, so not related with swabhava.
You don't bring up some other thing which is, another concept. We have to stick to the context of the verse. This is what, we have
Right.
to now start. Like when I asked that karma, what is guna and karma? So Mataji gave a correct answer. Navneet Mataji gave a karma is, action and reaction, or, karma, vikarma and all. But now the karma term is based on the gunas. There can be actions in the
Right,
gunas, actions in the gunas, right?
right.
Passion, ignorance. The action of the senses is in the mode of passion, and then the
Right.
sense objects are in the mode of ignorance. That is the guna of the, sense objects. The gunas of the sense devatas is, it is goodness, like that. So we have to see from that perspective. So
Right.
even the entire line of the verse might be same. I did not go into it. Line of the verse might be same, but the meaning can be completely different based on the context. That's how Sanskrit is. And that's why without the Acharya's mercy and without the Acharya's explanations, we will come up with our own understanding. I will give you some examples of this, in the further classes when it comes. Okay.
Right.
I'll show you one verse where the last line is same entirely, in verses, but the whole meaning changes because in that
in verse
context, the meaning of that verse is different, and in that context, that meaning is different.
in Prabhu, in verse Chaturvarna Maya Srishtam Goda Karma Vibhaga se, there also it's the same meaning, or it is based on Subhava?
Guna karma vibhagasha, yes. The gunas, in goodness, then the brahmanas there.
Yeah, but that is based on individual Subhava, no?
Yeah,
In
that's
that
about,
verse.
that's what I brought out that point, what is the force acting on the mind there? If it is goodness, then he will be Brahmanical nature. If it is passion, that will be Kshatriya nature. But here, the analysis is what? Senses, sense objects, and the sense devatas.
Right.
So his understanding is ultimately, see, his level of consciousness is very evolved. Please remember. See, some sense object is revealed to him. So what is his thought process? He'll think that actually this sense devata is revealing this to him. Okay.
Right.
And then my senses are seeing this. Otherwise, I'm not able to see it. So all the interaction is happening between the modes. Senses, sense objects, sense devata. Goodness, passion, and ignorance. So everything is in the interaction. The whole interaction is within the modes.
Mode. He's able to see the interaction of the modes.
And I am Atma. I have nothing to do with this. I'm spiritual. I'm transcendental. Got the point?
Right. And
Okay.
Prabhu, this verse 2.30, and this
2.30.
verse, Mai Sarvani Karmani Sanyasya
3.30.
Sorry, 3.30.
Yeah.
Can we say that this verse is indicating Arop Siddha Bhakti?
No, no, please don't bring up terminologies which we have not introduced and we have not studied those terminologies in this discussion. Basically, I would say just fix out to the terminologies which Vishwanath Chakrathakura is introducing here. And even Prabhupada is introducing this, Nishkama, so just take it as Nishkama Karma Yoga, Nishkama Karma
Right.
Yoga. We'll just take it as Nishkama Karma Yoga because others will get completely confused, And
Right.
if you have to bring in a new term, you have to introduce that term and you have to understand the definition of those terms. And those definition of the
Yes.
terms itself is a very elaborate class. And then we can I'll give you a simple example, multiplication, addition, subtraction. If you don't know these concepts, what they mean, and teacher starts teaching, the student will go,
Right.
bewildered. What is this happening? So terminology is a definition. So here in the definitions of the terminology is introduced in the whole commentaries is Nishkama Karma Yoga. So we'll stick to Nishkama Karma Yoga.
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I hope you're happy with this answer, right?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Any other questions anyone else has? Sorry, we shot a little late today, but I had to finish this section. But I'm going to just finish. No, I'll not because it will take time. I'm going to start the next section tomorrow. I wanted to finish 35 and then tomorrow finish the chapter, but I think we'll go slow. No hurry. Let us see. Okay. So thank you very, very much. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.